What is going on, everybody? About a year ago, a lot of you saw my video on my first impressions of the Tier 1 Agis Elite holster. For appendix carry, I basically spent, 2 minutes or so giving my initial thoughts. Did not expect that video to be currently sitting at over 7,000 views. My buddy Mugen and I just started this channel, and we unfortunately over the last year got really busy, but we're back. And as promised, I've got my follow-up review after about a year of using this Tier 1 concealed appendix carry holster, the Agis Elite. Now, I'm going back and looking at the comments on that video. Thank you so much to everybody who asked questions about it, how it conceals, how it feels, sitting in a car or whatever. So I'm actually rocking it right now. Just to show you guys. Regular shirt, and even more so, let me move my chair out of the way. Apologies if the green screen gets a little weird behind me. So these are regular gym shorts. Regular gym shorts. And here is our setup. Appendix carry, and as long as you got ties here, it holds it very well. Go ahead and drop the mag. Hey, I caught it. Cool. Show clear and safe on the firearm. We are good. All points good. Set those down there for now. Magazine. And the holster itself. Now, this thing has been fantastic, really. I've got it on whether I'm in jeans, work pants, gym clothes, and even more recently, and frustratingly, tucked in my real estate attire, whether it's a polo or if I get the whole sport combo going on. That is admittedly a bit more annoying because right here with the ulti clips, this is the magic that allows you to easily have it on gym clothes, and as long as you have ties. So like these shorts have a tie that I can pull tight, because if it's just loose, then the weight of the firearm is going to, sag and pull it down. Nobody should do that. But because of these ulti clips and how they clamp down, and they have kept their clamp force over this last year of carrying every day in the car, getting up and out, even going to the gym just to see if it works. I actually wore this with my full firearm and everything while working out with my father, and at the end of it, I was like, hey, guess what? And I showed him, and he went, holy shit, I had no idea. And I was like, yeah, it's comfortable enough to work out in at the gym. Now, granted, when it comes to my particular gun, and I'm going to try not to skip around too much here, so we've got the stippled grip on the 365 fuse. That can get pretty abrasive against your stomach. Fortunately, when I'm doing like real estate tours or showings, in the state of Florida, I'm always carrying. I have, an undershirt that really helps with that. But if you're doing an activity where you're sweating a lot, that gets really uncomfortable. So yeah, there is that part, but that's more because of my firearm, not really the holster. Yeah, I mean, carrying it has been a breeze. It's been pretty good. Mostly what I'll do when I get in the car is I'll kind of just do the little like tug up on the holster just a little bit, so that way the I almost called it a hilt, thinking of like a sword. That way the grip doesn't kind of like dig into your like lower stomach or pelvic area. Never have any discomfort with it being down in my manly parts. It's really not that bad. At maybe depending on the size of the gun too. So this 365 fuse is not a full size, but it's not really compact either. In fact, I'll put a picture of it up next to the Springfield Echelon, which is probably going to be my next handgun because I shot that thing over at Lead Feather and fell in love with it. I was more accurate with that than my own, but I think that's because I am trained to iron sights and I'm still getting used to having a red dot. I kill a red dot in a video game, but real life is different. Real life, I've got that iron sight just built in to my muscle memory. But on that note, if you're carrying something even more compact, like an actual compact handgun, you're going to notice it even less. I do rock the two 17-round, 17+1 flush mags, not the 21-round extended, mostly because it just comes up too high. It's like practically up here on me when I'm sitting in my car, and it'll even kind of rub on the seat belt sometimes. Because like what I'll do when I'm in the car and I'm just kind of sitting there is I'll take my shirt and kind of tuck it behind the gun, mostly because of what I mentioned with the stippled grip on the 365 fuse. That way it's not just rubbing against me while I'm driving. And then if I need to when I'm getting out of the car, and granted we are open carrying on the state of Florida, still I'd rather be concealed. I'll pull my shirt over it and everyone's none the wiser. But yeah, concealability's been fantastic. What I will say is I did make a couple of adjustments to this. So on the side here you have these tabs. I don't know how well you guys can see those. There's 3 on top of the main piece now with that simple screw, little Phillips head. I took the 4th one off. Because what that does is it's pushing against your belt or your tie strap if you're in gym clothes or whatever else you're wearing. That way it kind of keeps it tighter against your body. And I didn't mind it with the 4, but I just thought, hey, let's try it out with a 3, and it actually, I don't know if it really made a big difference to me, honestly, but it feels fine, you know, and I don't notice it as much kind of bulking against the belt when you have it actually on. And the only other thing I did is I took this down just 1 notch. I dropped this belt piece actually down. And you'll see there's like grooves when you take this apart as to where you'll put the screws in. And on the back, you have the important screws here that I'll mention. Oh, look at that, guys. That's actually coming loose a little bit. That's interesting. Oh, well, shoot. This being an honest critique, I didn't even catch this till just right now. But yeah, look at that. That's not ideal. So on the back, you have these screw parts that, and I'm looking over here so I can make sure I've actually got this in frame for you guys. But you have these that will screw in to keep tight. And part of my critiques that I was going to bring up is that, you know, over time, these do tend to become loose. So you do want to check them. And apparently in the last day or so, I've actually lost one of these caps that go here that keep this tight. So this holster is also meant to come apart. So that way you could probably mix and match or change it up. I don't know how comfortable it would be to really have the gun in just the side. Actually, why don't we try it out? I mean, that's kind of the whole point of this sort of a video. So we'll go ahead and throw this on by itself, which feels weird as hell. We are still clear. Nothing going on here. I mean, hey, I guess. Oh, that's actually pretty good. That'd be just fine. So that's me taking the actual extra mag piece off. And I'm going to have to figure out, so you can actually see here how loose this got. So, not great. But as long as you got a simple Phillips head with you, which, and see, as I'm doing this, aside from like maybe seeing the ulti clip, you guys don't see anything. But yeah, all you need is a little Phillips. This is kind of crazy because this has a weird attachment on it. Look, it's sitting down just fine. I don't even feel it, especially when it's on just the one. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and tighten this down. That was quite loose. And I just go to where it's, you know, kind of stops hand tight. You don't want to over tighten. What I was about to tell you guys about before I realized that we were missing screws is that there is a particular screw that if you tighten too hard, you will not get your gun back out. But it is also the screw that prevents your magazine from just dropping out. So this doesn't have the same sort of clipping inside it that will keep it from dropping. So if I shake it, it will eventually pop out. Now, I don't imagine you'll be doing any handstands or being held upside down where that's really a concern. But there is a little grommet in here. See if you guys can see that right where my finger's pointing. Now this screw, when you tighten that, that allows that to compress or lengthen. So on the magazine side, I like having that actually pretty tight. I've got it squeezed down there pretty good. That way it's a lot less likely to drop the mag. Now eventually it'll come out. Now on the firearm side, this is where I discovered by accident and damn near cut my finger open on my optic on the top of the gun. You have the same screw here, and you can't really see it because it's inside there. Oh, actually, yeah, you can. The light's helping. There's that little rubber grommet right below my finger. Now, I'll demonstrate this for you. It's on the back. If you tighten it even just a little bit, that is like 3/4 turn, not even a full turn. Hear that click? I mean, I definitely ain't going anywhere, but you don't want that sort of a draw, because last thing you want is to be trying to pull your gun out. You're like, shit, I can't get it. So, yeah, I found that out the hard way. So I just backed that off just a tiny bit. I back it off just enough until I can get a good draw. So that's still a little tight, Back it off, put another 1/4 turn. That feels good. So yeah, that is the adjustment side. And I guess kind of built in the critique of this system. Aside from some of the screws kind of coming loose, it's been a fantastic appendix carry tool. And now that I know that they can tend to get loose every couple of months, it doesn't happen a lot. It really doesn't. I just noticed that, and we're almost a year in. Some minor screwdriver work every couple of months is really a no-brainer, guys. Now, this holster is still on their website for, I think, just over $130. It's the Agis Elite that I'm carrying. If any of you guys are using the Agis or the Agis, I believe, or any of the other Tier 1 concealeds or other appendix carry holsters, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to know what you think, and maybe ideas for future holsters and such to do a review on. It is pretty hilarious that I'm going to have to go and hunt down wherever the hell that back end of that screw went, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. I wanted to give this a lot more attention, you know, over the last year, but things got in the way. Mugen and I are back, though. This channel was started around the idea of having the hard discussions. That's why it's called K&M Tactical Discourse. But we're also a couple of Florida boys that love our firearms. I'm prior Navy. He brings a civilian side. He's got a bunch of awesome guns, and I've got my own collection starting with this fuse that I plan to build up, get my hands on a Keltec RDB. Next, I really want the RFB. I want the Springfield Echelon. I want a lot of things, so I'm going to work really hard to make that happen. For fun, guys, pick apart this image behind me. I just wanted to have something rather than just, you know, a blank wall or the mess in my office for you guys to look at. But this is clearly AI generated, so there's like some weird things, like this, like whatever's going on with these sights down here and whatever's going on with these guns on this side. So have some fun picking it apart and just messing around with the background. Eventually, I hope to have like my own firearms on a wall, kind of Coley on Noir status with that badass background he's got. But that'll take time. Also, look at, what is that? You see that? That weird, is that supposed to be a foregrip on this thing? I mean, what is this? What's going on with that handle in that magazine? But yeah, Mugen plans to bring his own gun content to the channel as well. We plan to cover things from politics to religion, all the way to science and crazy conspiracy theories, wrapped up in a well-balanced way that allows people to say their piece without feeling attacked. And of course, we're going to be bringing all the firearm content we can, from gun reviews, opinions, holsters, to range days. So I hope you guys really enjoy that. Please give us all the feedback you can on what you'd like to see, what you like about the channel, and maybe topics you'd like to hear us talk about on the podcast. We try to have a recording every week, posted usually Monday or Tuesday. So if you would like to go check out the videos we have put up, it can be a little spicy. You know, we get into the stuff that can be a little uncomfortable. We get into the stuff that can be a little uncomfortable for... Why is that so hard to say? We get into the stuff that can be a little uncomfortable for people to talk about, because we're getting into the political divide here in the United States. Because again, you know, Mugen and I are right here in Florida on the East Coast in the U.S. under the Trump administration currently. I come from a secular conservative side. I'm not religious. I haven't been for well over a decade, and my buddy comes from the more Christian conservative side. So we already bring two different perspectives to the table, and we look forward to having conversations with a lot of you out there, whether it's through the comments or live streams, or maybe even future call-in shows whenever we can make that happen. So I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I wanted to be as short as possible, just kind of getting to the point about the Agis Elite holster from Tier 1 Concealed. Love it. It's been great. I highly recommend it. Not sponsored, but that'd be pretty cool. I don't know, who knows, maybe in time. We will catch you guys in the next one. Take care.